Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the one, the only YouTuber, and today I'll be sharing my job testimony, which is my first permanent job in about 5 years. In the 5 years that I've been job hunting, or rather in the 4 years that I've been job hunting. So let me get straight to it. So 2019, I started looking for work because I had finished varsity the year before, and that was not an easy journey. And unfortunately, I didn't find anything in that year. 2020, the years 2020 to 2024, I had jobs, but they were contract jobs. And I'm not gonna lie, there was even a time whereby I was unemployed for like a year, like a year straight, which was from 2022. So from 2020 up until January 2020 up until March 2022, I had contract jobs. And then the whole 9 months of 2022, I didn't have a job. And that frustrated me. It frustrated me. I didn't understand what God was doing. I thought, why are the people getting blessed with jobs and I'm not? What's going on? And when you just see people doing the most in life, doing well career wise, and you're just there thinking, it's not going well for me. Like, yes, you're learning to be happy for other people, but you can't help but also think, what's going on? What are these people doing right that I'm not doing right? And yes, it's good to ask for advice, and it's good to see, okay, how can my CV be changed? How can I network better? Where can I meet people in the fields that I want to get into, or in the organizations I want to get into? It's good to ask for that type of advice, but don't envy other people, because you do not know what they had to go through to get that job. You do not know if that job is even the Lord's will for their life. 2022 year was the hardest year for me, but I remember getting a prophecy, and with that prophecy there was a word of encouragement as well, and it was the word of encouragement was coming from Elijah's story. I think in First Kings, if I'm not mistaken, it's about how the Lord provided for Elijah in the time whereby he had to stay alone by himself, and then in nature somewhere close to a brook. A brook is like a rivulet, like a little river. How the Lord provided for him there. And then when that stream of water dried up, he had to go to a lady who stayed with her son. And then, that lady and her son, she didn't have much, but the Lord provided for all three of them. And Elijah even, spoke to the lady and said, the Lord is gonna bless you, your oil will never run out. But you must also now bake like a little cake for me and all of that. So she did that. She baked a cake for him, and lo and behold, she never ran out of oil. The Lord provided for them. So there was that encouraging story that he shared with me, and I was like, okay, thank you for sharing the story. And then fast forward to 2023, I had a job. I think it was for like 6 months, that job. And then, but it was, I think I started it in the middle of the year, because remember, I had been unemployed for the entire 9 months of 2022 plus the first 3 months of 2023. Yes, so that makes it a year. And then after the 6 months I did in 2023, I was unemployed again, but I was going for interviews. 2024, I got a job at the beginning of the year. And interestingly enough, the Lord had me to learn new behaviors and to learn new mindsets and to unlearn some behaviors and mindsets that were a bit toxic. When you come into a new workplace with like baggage from interactions with people from like all walks of life, and I'm not just talking about previous job experiences, but even just outside of the work experience. The Lord had me to learn that people are not the same. Hey, people are not the same, and there are good people everywhere you meet. So I had to learn stuff like that, and I really loved being at the place that I was at. I loved it so much. I'm still in contact with people from the yeah, that was the beginning of 2024. That job was for like 2 months, 3 months, and then 2 months down the line, I got another job. It was also a contract. That was like the shortest contract job I got, and that was because of the nature of the job. And then fast forward to like another 2 months or so, I started working for the same company again that I worked for in January, but just a different location. I even relocated, and I didn't expect to move to the city that I moved to last year. This was all 2024, moving last year, because I thought it's a town I'm never going to be at, because I was tired of like staying in the province because I had already like left the province before. So it was always like hard to readjust to staying back in the home province. But it was a great city. I really liked it. It was very homely. People were friendly. People at work were friendly. I'm also still in contact with them as well. Such a nice place. But I also learned to be content, because I struggled with contentment throughout the 4 years that I was waiting for a permanent job. And yeah, I learned to be content. I learned to steward my time. I learned to tithe regularly, because tithing was something I wasn't doing regularly. And I learned to just trust in the Lord for a permanent job. I'd also told myself that if I don't get a permanent job, I am going back to school full time, because it means that God has a different direction for me. I even tried to go overseas because I was really tired of not getting a permanent job. Yeah. Then October came, and I got a job interview for the company that I'm working for now. But prior to that, I had been going to job interviews still in the same industry, and I thought, no man, all these job interviews I'm now getting, surely something good is coming. God is about to bless me. But I also told myself, if God doesn't, it's okay, because then it just means it's preparation for next year's job interviews. So yeah, so I did all that, and then in November I got the good news that I got the job that I'm currently doing now. And yeah, the Lord has been good. He's been good to me. I just want to share that it's important to not only be content and to be in the Word and to build a relationship with God, but it's also important to steward your time, your resources, your money, for the things of God. And also just learn to be happy for other people while they're getting blessed. The Lord is also working on you. He's working on your character and all of that. So yeah. What else? Nothing else I'm leaving behind. Anyways, thank you for listening to my story. Please do share it with people who are discouraged about job hunting or about anything in life. Just share this with them. I hope this video blesses them. Thank you for listening, and yeah, stay tuned. Bye.